Hello and welcome BitMonger family, J-Monger here. And in today's video I'm going to talk about two common big mistakes people make when they move to Thailand. And this is based on my own experiences, and just so if you guys don't know, I've been in Thailand for a very long time, almost my whole adult life. I first came here in '91 when I was just in my early 20s as a diving instructor. And since then I've been off and on out of Thailand, worked in Indonesia, worked in Myanmar, spent quite a bit of time in the Philippines doing odd jobs. Also went back to the States to get my education and returned to Thailand soon after that. Just so you guys know, I have gone from having absolutely nothing, being quite poor. I wouldn't say poor, but I wasn't, I didn't have excess money. I was a school teacher, okay, in Thailand. And since then, I made it big in investing. Check out my other videos if you want to learn about how I make sick bank. And how I live in my beach house down here in a killer place that I bought with cash. Also bought a condo in Bangkok with cash. Got a car. My life is sweet. Anyways, check out my other videos. Let's get into the two things that people completely fuck up when they move to Thailand. The first thing, and that is continuing to think in money terms of your home. So I'm from the States. I was always comparing things to costs in Hawaii because that's where I came from before I moved over here. And that's a fatal mistake, man, because if you think in those types of terms, it's like funny money. Everything is ridiculously cheap and you fucking end up throwing money away because it's like, it doesn't really matter. And you don't want to do that, because if you do, you're going to just burn through your cash quickly. So what I recommend is this. Try to get into the habit of thinking in Thai baht terms. Try to think like a local. I know it's difficult to do, but try to start to think like a local so you can save money. Because if your plan is to stay in Thailand and make a life here, you need to make that shift in mindset. Okay, very, very important. When I first came through here, I had some money saved, and I burnt through that motherfucker so quick. And then I was like, oh shit, I need to make money now, and I had to, get a job and hunker down to make it happen. A lot of guys will just throw their hands up and say, oh fuck it, I'm going back. But okay, that's all right, to each his own. But if you're set on trying to make a life in Thailand, or anywhere else in Southeast Asia for that matter, you need to first get into the mindset of thinking that this is not just monopoly money, this is real money, and yeah, things are cheap, but I need to use my money in a manner that is cost effective. And it's easy to spend, guys, here. So easy, especially if you're out partying. If you're partying, chasing hoes, doing that type of thing, which, most guys do, you can burn through that cash extremely quickly. So, I recommend, drinking at home or in cheap places before you go into these, establishments that cost more money. There's a lot of things. You'll figure it out. But the main thing is think in Thai baht terms and how you can save. The next thing, and this one's clearly the most obvious, but you see it repeatedly. I'm talking repeatedly over and over and over. It's like a revolving door. And that is guys getting serious with fucking hoes. It's like, bring your common sense with you guys, okay? I know it's a different culture. I know it's like easy to think, oh, well, this is different. But remember, when you if you're a client, if you're a paying client, when you first meet your girlfriend, that's not a good start. Okay, it's a horrible start. You don't want to be doing that. So separate the two. Okay, you separate the two. You got your playgirls, ones that you want to, fucking smash and have fun with and get crazy with on those terms. And then, if you're looking for a serious girlfriend, well, then that's what you look for. You don't look for a girl who's been fucking plugged by thousands of guys beforehand. It's just, think about it. It's common sense. So, separate the two. I would recommend that you learn how to speak Thai, okay? Learn how to speak some Thai, because you need to meet women that aren't necessarily going to be, most Thais, their English level's not that great. The ones that do speak English usually are already corrupted on a certain level. Either they come from a very wealthy family, and if that's the case, they probably aren't going to date you. They're going to date other successful Thai families or Thai people. So what you end up with is oftentimes women that have a history with foreigners. And unfortunately, the probabilities of her, being a working girl increases greatly. So learn how to speak Thai. Look for women that got normal daytime jobs. Okay? And take it slow. Don't be rushed. And I know this can be extremely difficult to do, because let's face it, who wants to take their time and go slow when you have armies of fucking hot chicks that are willing to give it up on the first night for a little exchange. So I get it, but separate the two. Don't get serious about the working girls, otherwise you're likely going to end up with a fucking drama, headache, all kinds of shit. I mean, I can tell you, I'll talk about one little story about I had this one gal that I had. I was dating her. I got kind of serious with her. She didn't, she started off as a normal. I was a client, but she liked me. She wanted to hang out. She ended up staying with me for a while, but she was flaky. And I, basically told her, hey, listen, I'm a teacher. I don't got a lot of money. I can't afford to pay you. But you're welcome to hang out. She disappeared. She disappeared for a few days and didn't answer her phone. And I figured, okay, she's probably with a client. And she comes back a few days later, and she's got all these fucking scones. This is before weed was legal in Thailand. She had these big fucking rolled, doobies that were from Amsterdam. So it was clear that she was out, working, and her client, gave it to her. I don't know where she got them, but that's just my hunch. And she came back, and I was okay, but I kind of realized, this gal's kind of flaky, I want to enjoy the fruits, and she was hot. Don't get me wrong, she was a hottie, but I was young and I wanted to experience more. So I told her I wanted to end it. She left. She went off for a while, but when she came back, I had told her it was over, and I didn't let her in my place. And what she did is she started a fire in front of my front door. She lit a fire in front of my door, and I was living in this condo that had barely anybody living in it. If you guys know, there's quite a few condos where most of the units are empty. And I think I only had one other person living on the same floor as me. And this crazy psycho bitch started a fire. So be careful. Be careful about the women that you get involved with, guys. Play is play. Serious is serious. Make sure that you separate the two. And you'll probably be much happier doing so. All right. Well, there you have it. Those are my 2 things on what are common mistakes that newbies make when they first move to Thailand. I hope this helps some people out there. Wish you all doing well. Monger on.